So we got to go ahead and talk about the text that was sent between Jason Lee and Tory Lanez right before he unfortunately got stabbed.
I said, well, why didn't you just say who did it? Fuck doing time for something you ain't do. He said, I took the rap for Kelsey, never wanted her to go to jail, and I never wanted Megan to get hurt or anything. So in me stopping her from getting shot, I got the raw deal. Crazy how life works. And to think they made me the poster boy for the unprotection of black women, when in all honesty, I protected 2 black women, one from getting shot and one from going to jail. Never said nothing in 8 to 10 years for them to live. It's a crazy place we live in. I said, but why you ain't just say that? Nigga, when I got shot, I told. And he said, I lost my mother at 11 years old. I couldn't sleep with myself. I was the reason for taking a mother away from her kid. I just couldn't do it.
If these texts are absolutely legit, I wonder, could this be used against Tory? And could people try to say, oh, you ain't supposed to be texting, so, you know, why are you out here sending people like Jason Lee information or whatever? Could it hurt his case? Could it help his case? Could it further delay the appeals process because Jason revealed it on his platform and maybe not necessarily try to let anybody know, like, at the location where he's locked up at? Or maybe the DA, maybe his attorney or whoever is now representing Tory at this moment. And furthermore, like, there's more questions people could end up asking. Like, was Megan in on the whole thing? And when you think about it, it might make a little bit of sense because we seen her on IG Live saying, yo, this dude shot me. So who knows? Maybe her and Tory was in cahoots and kind of formulated a plan to say, hey, let's pretend like we're going to get into a back and forth in the coming weeks or months or whatever. And you can hop on IG Live, tell the world that I shot you. And it would kind of make sense because he can still look at it as he was protecting 2 women. One from getting shot and possibly not being here because the other one decided to crash out, and the other one not being taken away from her kids. But even then, like, it's like the saying goes, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. If this is true and you supposedly took the rap from Megan and Kelsey because you didn't want nobody to get hurt, you ain't want nobody to do some time and be taken away from their loved ones, why are you trying to get out? And I know that may sound crazy to think, but if you're doing time on behalf of somebody, you're not going to try to get out. Like, that tactic is probably as old as time. It was something that the mafia used to do way back in the day, where somebody who's sitting at like the head of the table may have somebody do time for him, and it may be 8 to 10 years. If that person who's in the mafia is told to do some time and they try to get out of either doing time or they try to get out while they're locked up, then it may be viewed as a form of disrespect to the person you're supposed to be doing the time for. And last I checked, you're supposed to serve the whole sentence. You ain't gonna be trying to get out. So that's the thing that's kind of a little bit questionable. Why would you be trying to get out if you wanted to, you know, serve time on behalf of somebody? Unless if it was a case where he didn't think he was going to get served no more than a few months, but he ended up, you know, getting hit with 8 to 10 years. I still think he ought to eat it if, you know, your goal was to try to, you know, take the time for Kelsey. And you know what? It would be crazy to think if Megan and Tory was in on the whole, oh, let's pretend to have a beef, but the world literally picked a side, either Megan or Tory. Honestly, I don't even know how the masses would feel about that. If you pit people against each other, whether if you're on Team Megan or Team Tory, and have people who's on Team Tory side saying, yo, she lying, you know, Tory ain't do the shit, and people on Team Megan saying, hey, he shot her. So people who's on Team Megan's side and Tory's side are gonna be like, wait, you had us attack these people, making them seem like that they were the devil, all to find out it was all mere ruse. So I don't know if that would be one of the things where it could bite somebody in the ass down the road, or both of them. Hopefully this could be one of the things where it could be added with a recent statement from the bodyguard as part of the appeals process to get him out of there, if this is all true and it can be proven with evidence. But with that being said, y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Till next time, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.